وسهلا كيف الحال؟ Welcome to Learn Arabic Online with Lubna Dumayan. Arabic verbs inflect for the following grammatical categories: subject agreement in person, gender, number, tense, perfect or past, imperfect or present, future, mood, indicative, subjunctive, jussive, that applies only to the present tense, voice, active, passive, المعلوم, المجهول. In today's lesson, we will be discussing what is called the imperfect subjunctive, المضارع المنصوب. المنصوب because the conjugated verb will be in the accusative case, ending with فتحة, the short vowel a. The subjunctive is only used as a mood of the imperfect tense. Subjunctive forms of verbs are commonly used to express numerous states of unreality, such as wish, emotion, possibility, judgment, opinion, obligation, or action that has not yet occurred. The subjunctive is an irrealis mood, unlike the indicative. The differences between the subjunctive and the indicative conjugations are minimal. So in our last lesson, we learned how to conjugate the verbs in the present tense in the indicative mood, the imperfect indicative. So here is one example to recall what we have learned before. The verb حضر. حضر is a sound verb, form 1. It means to attend. To attend. And the verbal noun of حضر is حضور, attendance. So here is the conjugation of حضر. أحضر تحضر تحضرين يحضر تحضر نحضر أنتما تحضران هما يحضران هما feminine double تحضران أنتم تحضرون أنتن تحضرن هم يحضرون هن يحضرن. So it ends in ضمة. That's why it's called the indicative mood. For the imperfect subjunctive, if you compare it, you would notice that there is no change in the prefixes. There is a change only toward the end of the conjugated verb. So whenever you see dhamma, it will turn to fatha in the imperfect subjunctive. And for the suffixes in, an for dual, and un, but not for antunna, second person plural feminine, and third person plural feminine hunna, you will not see any alterations. It will stay the same. But for the other suffixes, the nun will be deleted. So for anti, تحضرين, second person singular feminine, we will have تحضري. The nun will disappear. For the duals, we will keep just the alif, the long vowel, referring to the dual, but no nun. أنتما تحضرا هما يحضرا هما تحضرا. For أنتم and whom, for the un, we will lose the nun and instead we'll have a silent alif. We will not even pronounce it. I don't know why it's there. You have to write it down. You will just pronounce the long vowel U. تحضروا, يحضروا. And note that I marked some particles or some subordinating conjunctions before conjugating the verb in the imperfect subjunctive, because you will not see this tense in this mood without being preceded by these particles. By virtue of the fact that it follows conjunctions, the verb is in the present subjunctive, al-mudari' al-mansub, rather than al-mudari' al-marfu', the imperfect indicative. Syntactically, verbs in the subjunctive mood are found after certain particles like kay, likay, kayla, likayla, hatta, li, fa, an. And they all convey the same meaning, in order or to. In order to or to. So let's start with an. An means that or to. So after the subordinating conjunction an, that is used with verbs of desire, emotion, or intention, we most likely see it with verbs like want, must, could, might, can, and so forth. For example, أريد أن أتعلم اللغة العربية. So an subordinating conjunction is making the verb, the imperfect subjunctive, subordinate to the main verb. So أريد is the verb أراد conjugated in the past tense. أراد is to want. أريد is the present tense, sorry, the present. أنا أريد, carrying the dhamma, I want. To learn, أتعلم, to learn the Arabic language, اللغة العربية, or I want that I learn the Arabic language. So check the fatha in the end of the conjugated verb, showing that it is in the al-mudari' al-mansub. جاءوا كي or لكي يساعدوا. جاءوا, جاء, it means to come, conjugated in the past tense. جاء, it's to come. This is a hollow verb because it has a weak letter, the long vowel alif in the end. So جاءوا, they came. Whom? جاءوا كي or لكي. كي, لكي is a contraction because we have two particles, li and k, together. So it's a compound particle. And it means the same thing. When you prefix it with li, it doesn't change anything. It's in order to or to. يساعد, ساعد is to help, the verb ساعد, conjugated in the imperfect subjunctive, whom, second person, plural masculine, with the suffix u. يساعد, they came in order to help. They came that they help. They came to help. You can even use حتى. جاءوا حتى يساعدوا. Same meaning. جاءوا كي لا يساعدوا. جاءوا ليساعدوا. Here another example. أدرس اللغة العربية لأعمل مترجمة. درس, it's to learn. I study in the indicative mood because it's not preceded by any particle. أدرس, I study the Arabic language, اللغة العربية. لأعمل, عمل, it's to work. لأعمل مترجمة, in order to work as a translator. That I work as a translator. To work as a translator. It's subordinate clause. So li is making the verb عمل subordinate to the main verb درس. ذهبت, أنت, you, second person, singular feminine. You went, the verb ذهب, it's to go. So you went إلى أمريكا, to America. حتى تدرسي, درس is the second form sound verb, it's to teach. تدرسي. So here we lost the noon because it's conjugated in the imperfect subjunctive. حتى تدرسي العربية. You went to America in order to teach Arabic or to teach Arabic. Or ذهبت إلى أمريكا كي تدرسي العربية or لكي تدرسي العربية حتى تدرسي العربية. And we have the prefix fa, which is called the particle of cause. فاء السببية. Fancy name. فاء السببية. So this prefix particle behaves like the other ones. It's making the following verb subordinate to the main verb. اجتهد, it means to strive. The verb اجتهد. Here it's conjugated in the imperative tense. اجتهد. It's second person plural, masculine. اجتهدوا, strive in order to succeed. فتنجحوا. أنتم. The suffix u. تنجحوا. اجتهدوا فتنجحوا. In the imperative we use the same suffix that we will learn about it later. So we can say اجتهدوا كي تنجحوا or اجتهدوا حتى تنجحوا لكي لا تنجحوا. Strive to succeed. درست كثيرا لأنجح. So I studied a lot in order to succeed. Or فأنجح. She's ha. فأنجح is to succeed. Or كي أنجح لكي أنجح. It doesn't matter. So let's negate these subordinate clauses. How? With len. Len means will not. So after the particle len, which is used to negate future without using the future tense, because len will do the job for it. So you may see it in a question preceded by an interrogative word. لماذا? لماذا? Why? لن تحضري إلى الصف غدا. غدا, tomorrow, indicates that the action will be in the future. لن تحضري, حضر, تحضري, حضر, to attend. Why won't you attend the class tomorrow? Or just in a regular sentence, but will not be preceded by any main verb. So the imperfect subjunctive will be subordinate to the لن, to this particle, negative particle. So لن أسافر إلى لندن في الأسبوع القادم. I will not travel to London next week. Here we have another compound particle for negation. Allah. Allah is a contraction of an plus la. So, أريدكم ألا تأكلوا هذه الدجاجة. كم is a pronoun referring to second person plural masculine. I want you, أريدكم, أريد is conjugated in the imperfect indicative, first person, أنا. I want you, أريدكم, I want you not to. So this is not to. Not to تأكلوا, not to eat this chicken. So instead of writing two particles, we just merge them together to have Allah. Allah. Or you can write it not one like this way. You can separate them and use la at the beginning of the sentence. لا أريدكم أن تأكلوا هذه الدجاجة. If you want to use both particles. So we will have la before the verb, the main verb. لا أريدكم أن, that you eat this chicken. Or I don't want you to eat this chicken. Okay? And that's it. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. Until then, keep learning Arabic. إلى اللقاء.